used to be just a pharmacy team, right? That's where they came up, hydration and amazing pharmacy. They have shown a lot of versatility lately. I do have to think, though, that if their backs are against the wall and if they struggle, they will default to it, which I think is probably the right move anyway. But as you mentioned, there's a ton of talent on this team. I'd be surprised if Silk ever comes off a Tracer. Why would you? Just a top-tier talent as Tracer. And he's been on a lot of teams, and you always, if we need a ringer on Tracer, let's bring in Silk Thread.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see the meta threads that come up after this weekend's games, because we have seen Tracer time and time again come in for almost every composition so far. So it looks like it is going to be CLG starting off on the offensive end. Team Liquid, though, take a look at their composition, Hex.
Well, those are a couple tanks. One, hold on, just give me a sec, you know I'm slow. 1, 2, 3 tanks. Triple tank, and they're gonna put Tahang on the Ana, of course. Rafa's the Lucio, he's the main caller. Shatter 2K, an upgrade to them, has boded well for them, has made improvements for that team, will, of course, be on his signature Genji.
No, Shatter, since he's been brought onto the roster, he has made vast improvements for Team Liquid. I mean, he's one of the reasons why they were able to take second place over at Pit when they were facing off against Rogue. So now they are out the gates, RCLG, and there's that pharmacy. It's going to be hydration and shake.
So the pharmacy combo, you know, actually Triple Tank's pretty good against the pharmacy. The problem is they don't have any real answer to it. They just have to kind of sit there and take it right now. Shatter can maybe toss shurikens at it, but I don't know, it's rough. You're eventually going to get whittled down by this.
Yeah, they're forced inside the cabin right now. They're just wrangled on in hydration, trying to go for that boot kill. Might have just gotten it, no. Cyber agility comes in, he's able to actually climb back on. No kills going over quite yet, but still, once again, hydration still in the sky. Just raining down havoc on the majority of Liquid, and there's the first kill as Shiny is able to focus down Shatter.
The problem is, what do you do against this? You can hide in here and build a fort if you want and hang out with your tanks all day, but eventually damage-boosted rockets will do too much to you. There's no good coming up. They're just taking it. They're absolutely just taking it. They have to switch something up. I think Genji can be fine at anti-air, and you need a Genji. There's a switch immediately. AZK will go on to a Tracer just to help out for a little clip. Tahang's definitely going to stay on this Ana. I'd be surprised if he comes off of it. And yeah, because he needs to use the boost. He's at 97%. And it can also help out against a pharmacy anyway. So these are the small changes they made. Fury moves over to the Diva. Mezer on the Winston too.
If you're Liquid at this point, do you wait for Shatter to have his blade and go for the Nano Blade, or do you just put the Nano Boost onto Mezer?
You could boost Shatter right now, then expect him to get the blade halfway through. I think that is a fair way to do it. Mezer might be good as well. They've got a couple options. Those would be the primary two. It does seem that they are going with your option, though, and waiting for Shatter's blade to come up.
Yeah, the Nano has come on out, and there's Shatter. He's in the middle of all of them already. Got Mikado down, and now we've got one purple target. There's going to be Shatter coming in for a second kill.
Doesn't
but
matter,
Shaky's
though.
got the res.
Yeah.
He comes in. It's going to be 3-man, and they're right back into this Liquid. Already a man down, Hex.
Yeah, this is very difficult, and I think more changes are going to be incoming here soon. Fury, as you mentioned, might even be flexing onto that Soldier 76. You need more hit scan in the air, because it's not just dealing with a Pharaoh. You have to deal with the Mercy, too. You have to get that burst damage in on them. Now's a good time. I mean, you know, I'm a Mr. Brightside over here. Optimist. The good thing about dying there is that now they can switch heroes and maybe get a better composition here. The Resurrection, we all knew it was coming. I didn't have to announce it. Everyone saw it coming a mile away. That res was definitely going to happen. They will add in to hang onto the Zenyatta. So piece by piece, they're rotating into it and a pharmacy comp.
No, definitely. Since Code 7, I thought Shake was just a fantastic standout Mercy, and he is really pulling his weight right now. He's dropped a little low as Shadow's getting hunted
Way
down.
to curse him.
With a 2-for-1 kill so far. Now it is evened out by CLG.
Caster cursing Shake, how dare you. I think Shake is still probably adjusting to playing the Pharah. Of course, when he was on Complexity, they almost never ran Pharmacy.
Yeah.
So he's more used to the Ana, and Zanny excels at both, but right there taking him out of the fight, still not getting the extra kills they need. Mezer is a little upset about that as well. Will go into Primal Rage, looking for a little bit so that Self-Destruct goes off, doesn't get much, and Mezer uses that Rage just to stay alive. No real results out of it.
Nothing quite yet for Pharmacy still in the sky. Pulse Pump comes out and lands inside the barrier. He's able to kite out. Mezer stays alive, but here's the Primal Rage coming up from Shiny. They're playing on the bridge. They have to be careful not to get knocked off, but a Self-Destruct comes out from Liquid. Fury doesn't connect with it. AZK, though, will be able to take out his counterpart, taking out Silk Thread. The payload is starting to get pushed, though. There's no one contesting it quite yet.
It's going to help a little, but still I have not seen a solid answer for this Pharmacy combination. and they were able to hide away from the self-destruct, which is nice. Very dangerous to transcend on the bridge, but with no knockback effects coming in. A nice retreat to just pull back. They didn't try to start fighting in there. Hydration was able to stay back, did not go for any sort of boops on the bridge until they get back into it, and still on the ground, Silk Thread cleans up to hang there. They're going to be pushed back into the corner as these damage-boosted rockets continue to crush. Finally, Hydration taken care of, but oh, AZK with the clutch kill onto Shake as he was waiting for that res. That should be enough for Team Liquid to finally establish their defense.
Yeah, that was just one really long T fight, but they will be able to establish that defense like you mentioned. They've got some really good tools to hold on to it. They've got the sound barrier, there's the Primal Rage along with the Pulse Bomb and a Blade, and last time Shatter was able to get a double kill off of it. Right now on the other side though, CLG, they can bait out the ultimates. They do have Shake with that res.
Yeah, Shake is targeted down so early. A nice finish. Beautiful communication. So you don't necessarily need the 76 or the hard counter if you can get coordination like that. I got her down, though. I got a whole clip on her. Shatter Johnny on the spot there, able to cut her out of the sky. That ends it. That ends the push.
Yeah, people really can underestimate the verticality here on Ichabod second. If you get onto these ramparts, that Tracer can close the distance just a little bit. That whole clip can dish out a decent amount of damage. And so now CLG starting to bake up their ultimates, but Team Liquid, they've been very frugal with theirs too.
Dish out decent damage. Look at you, Mr. Tongue Twister. I can't believe I was able to pull it off after you said it. Well, we're getting down to it. Below 90 seconds now, a lot of ultimates in, and this is as simple as Overwatch times. You gotta kill Shake. Really not much more to it. You gotta kill Shake in this fight. Silk Thread lands his Pulse Bomb. AZK goes down to the pharmacy combination. Sound barrier comes in from Liquid. The self-destruct gonna zone them out a little bit. Fury comes in. Another transcend keeps most of them alive. Great job dodging a lot of that as Mezer's able to take down Mikado, and still Shake is alive, lurking about, trying to get it. Oh, a nice move, keeping him away, and then they finish him. Beautiful. Rafa finds him, does not let him out of his hidey hole, turns his hidey hole into his tomb. And yeah, you get down, buddy.
He's got those cyber moves. Is it the robot at that point? I mean, he's only half robot. Is it the half robot?
I don't even want to dignify that with a response. Clearly, it's a cyborg. It's a new variation of the robot. Well, last push, 20 seconds.
And CLG committed so much into that. They have no ultimates for
Change
this
everything.
final one.
They change everything.
It is completely different. The battlefield, all in favor of Liquid right now. Shatter, he's got the Dragon Blade. Who's looking for them? They're inside a really closed off portion. They've got to be careful on the side of CLG, but Silk Thread comes in, gets the kill onto AZK. It's a 6v5. Someone has to get on the point very shortly. 3 seconds left.
Shatter was really smart to not go in there. I think they were hoping he was going to blade in there. That's why you saw them just kind of taptoeing around it, waiting for him to come in. But they lost 2 already. And the fight to defend second point will barely even happen. A nice stall out. They will get back in here. It is time to fight. Where is that blade from Shatter? He's been waiting for the ideal moment. There it is in the back line. He takes down Shake. All the healing is down in permanent DPS. What you see is what you get on the card remaining. A nice Primal Rage from Mezer might just seal it. The self-destruct comes out over top, does not find much. Fury's gonna have a self-destruct of his own. There it is.
They're gonna force down that barrier. It goes out, doesn't connect, but it forces them away long enough because of overtime. CLG will just be stopped inches away from that second checkpoint.
Nice play by AZK there, but the standout play of the week. Look, it's not gonna be a sexy one for Boop of the Week, but I kind of want the Boop of the Week to be pushing the Mercy back into the hole, because that is such an impactful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to knock people in holes. No one laughs harder than I do when someone gets knocked off the edge. I love it. It's hilarious. But as far as an impactful Boop, keeping Shake out of there to deny the res, so important there. Well played, Rafa finds his way there. And now the stage is set for Liquid to take the first map. All they have to do is get to the second point of Eichenwald.
Yeah.
Looks like Disney Castle, doesn't it? A little bit?
Yeah,
You live in that
actually,
area.
I drive past Disney at least once a week, and you know, when I was growing up, you know, it seemed like much larger place, but now that I am older, it's pretty small. When you really look at it from the outside.
I don't think it'll surprise anyone to admit that I've never been to Disney World, Disneyland. I've never even smiled, not once.
No.
I tried once, it hurt. Didn't like it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
That visitor door is just stalwart and stuck in its current state.
Gee, what is the tongue twisters? You were really loving the alliteration. Stalwart, stout, stuck in its state. Stasis stoicness.
Stasis stoicness.
No, none of those even words, by the way. I'm sorry.
Hex 2017.
I'm just making stuff up right now.
30 seconds.
All right, so now it is going to be Liquid's opportunity to attack, and so CLG, it looks like Shake is going to go ahead and
Did you
line
notice
up.
that that's like the shape of her head? That whole scope?
No, remember when everyone used to think that was Sombra, right? That was before the ARG all
the
happened.
Sombra.
Everyone thought it was Sombra when you had I believe it was on Anubis.
Right.
The case files were there.
Well, why he's looking at the sky right now is to try to, I thought he was going to maybe try to hit a set nade. That's generally why they're looking straight up there. And he does hit the set nade. That's how far it went, all over the top. Shake already with 14%. He is so good at those. I mean, I'm sure there's videos out there and everything. What's interesting here, Rafa for a second was on Widow. That was weird-ish, I guess, just kind of peeking out, seeing if anyone is looking.
Yeah.
Never mind, he's going to switch right over to Lucio. So pretty standard compositions here, a very standard-looking dive for Team Liquid. On the defense, of course, you've got a little bit of variation as Shake just preferring to run the end. I think it's the hero he's probably most comfortable on.
Okay, Hydration gets the first frag onto AZK, takes him out, and Liquid might just back out, but no, they still have position over here. They do have to be careful.
That Shatter with the first call. That should just slow the... it should give them the go signal right now, being able to take that out. They will jump in here. Hydration in the house where a lot of teams will set up feels very safe, because you can peek left or right, so you've got all sorts of these places as Soldier to look, and then you can always retreat behind your Diva.
Liquid just got 2 ticks for free, but now they are coming in to contest. We have the Transcendence coming out on the side of Liquid, and the go button has been pressed. Shattered 2K trying his best to take out this Winston. We'll have to back off, but here's the Boostio coming out from CLG as they're starting to get cleaned up now. Team Liquid
What is it?
getting closer, but
Mikado actually gets kills. I was already done with that fight when the Boostio came out. Now a late pulse bomb, and they're going to be right back in this on defense. I mean, probably an accident, right? I mean,
Yeah.
probably an accident. You don't generally want to boost your Lucio, but make the best of it.
Make the best of it,
Like
indeed.
they do,
And
Lemons.
Mikado did.
Yeah, turn it into Boostios.
It got him that much closer to a sound barrier too. He's at 97%
Right, yeah.
now.
We talk about trading Nano for other alts. You don't necessarily think about Lucio. He doesn't come first to mind, but now it is going to be a fight of dueling sound barriers. Usually whoever can hold theirs longer is in a better spot. Shatter also has the blade ready too. Now they really don't have the luxury of sitting back in the house because they gave up those 2 ticks early. AZK finds himself out of position. Hydration will punish him for it. They choose to go in anyway. Here comes Shatter's blade, aided by the sound barrier.
Yeah, he's got the dash right onto Mikado. Now he's on the hunt for more. He's going to get shaken. That's both supports on down. Shatter will be able to deflect a lot of this damage, and Miso tries to get back into his mech, but it's going to be Rafa coming in to clean him up. Liquid now, the huge man advantage, should be able to cap this point, and they will.
Permission to land denied to that mech as unable to get it called down. AZK gonna be lurking up here. He's got Pulse Bomb ready, wants to stay completely safe and just wants to block them out, hold them at these doors. We talk about so much about how Eichenwald's hard to push and last. It's also hard to get out when you're stuck in these doors. They should just be rotating around. They're just gonna follow Diva up in there. AZK is gonna try to find a Pulse Bomb target, but does not want to end up giving it away. Did not find a target, actually used it somewhere in there. Look at all this cleave damage and getting so much good push here as the self-destruct finds Shake.
Yeah,
Yeesh.
Fury just coming in with that, and now that's going to allow Team Liquid to start pushing forward. They find a second kill, so Thread goes on down, Hydration caught out, and so now this payload should make good headway, and they got to start building up their ultimates though. CLG coming up on a few.
I always forget how slow this door is.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
for all the time they were up there spawn camping, I'm like, oh man, that card's like halfway around the bend. Nope, door just finished opening. We need modern garage opening technology transported into Eichenwald.
My ultimate is charging.
It's amazing that this castle has actually been able to withstand the test of time and be in, what is it, 2200, right?
Yeah.
That's where the Overwatch universe takes place?
Right. Probably because it's haunted. It's got to be haunted, right?
By Baldric, I believe. Now we do have the sound barrier coming out. Shatter's already found a kill onto Shiny. And now he's continuing to push forward against the dash resets, takes out Mikado, but we do have the Nano Visor coming out. Hydration already low, and here's the blade for Shatter.
Just cut down right there. Liquid is making a mockery of the attempts to slow them down right now, throwing in. Silk Thread still alive. Yeah, I should just, I guess, in the middle of a sentence say Silk Thread was alive. Silk Thread ends his life right there. One last stall out will come. AZK does not catch the heels of that 76 on the way in. Looking for a little bit of help. Does not have his rewind up, so will be taken out unceremoniously by Shake. Fury's still coming in here. Liquid used to be a team that if they lost one, they'd just give up. They only liked fighting at 6, and that has not been the case with them for a while now. Does he get back up? Oh, sticks the landing. Russian judge gives him a 7 for some reason, but I think it's a 10.
He might be a Shadowburn fan. So Hydration, he gets the Helix rocket kill once again onto AZK. And Hydration, he's been doing a really good job of just shutting down AZK. AZK has found windows through it, but for the most part, Hydration has been there every single time.
Yeah, now they're going to be able to stabilize. Is this a new area where teams are just finally gonna be able to stabilize, similar to like Gibraltar last, where everything goes wrong the entire map, but like here is where we make our stand in the Eichenwald lore would make a lot of sense. All right, so Team Liquid. Little over a minute left, a couple of ults to work with here. Self-destruct could start this off. Unfortunately, they don't have any support ults. Those probably will come online towards the end of the fight or into the next fight. So a lot of options here for how Team Liquid wants to play this.
Yeah, how are they going to shut down Hydration? They do have Fury. He has to be careful with that self-destruct. Hydration just looking for a good angle as they are trying to go for that dive right now, and there is the tactical visor already coming on out. It's going to be Mezzer and AZK, though, taking out Hydration and Shake, and now Team Liquid trying to put the finishing blow onto CLG here on Eichenwald, as Fury even contributes with that self-destruct kill onto iShiny, and now this is going to put CLG in a really rough state.
Can't lose.
Cannot lose.
You lose, you're out. That's it, because they can't draw here. Team Liquid taking the first map away from them means that they are one loss away from exiting the Overwatch Contenders Season 0. Team Liquid. I mean, I just, Mary, you remember why you fell in love sometime. You remember the first time you fell in love. It's Team Liquid. Although this has been a new addition to my love and Shatter, and he's testing it with that pumpkin intro. Nice blades from him.
I mean, you just kind of have to. It's the meta, right? You have to play with the meta.
You don't have to. You really don't have to. Don't make excuses for him. He knows what he did.
He knows what he did. Well, first of all, and most importantly, I just wanted to say, mummies munch much mush.
Were those words?
Yeah, mummies
sorry.
Okay, doesn't matter. I already said it once. That's all I need. We're talking about tongue twisters. But no, really, let's go back to the beginning of this map. Liquid brought out the 3 tanks in Genji.
Yeah.
And Shatter, I don't want to question his ability to contribute in damage, but Genji is best known as completing kills, combining with others to get those kills. What do you get from bringing Genji with the 3 tanks?
It's just Shatter's best hero, so you need someone to complete those kills anyway. So when they start testing you after you build your defense in one of those rooms, and they're like, I'm tired of this, I'm just going to go in and then you're like, well, you got some damage, I got a Reinhardt swing onto him, then